So the first thing that you need to know about this game is that it is very low-key and mature.
Vice, you dumbass! Start making sense, you rotten book, or you're gonna be sorry. Maybe I'll rip your pages out one by one, or maybe I'll put you in the goddamn furnace. How can someone with such a big smart brain get hypnotized like a little bitch, huh? Oh, Shadow Lord, I love you, Shadow Lord. Come over here and give Vice a big sloppy kiss, Shadow Lord. Now pull your head out of your goddamn ass and start fucking helping us!
Hello everybody, and welcome to Let's Play NieR. I'm Jordan, and with me I have my good friend Aqualix.
Hello there, everybody.
NieR is an action RPG, and it's a quasi-sequel to a game called Drakengard. And it's, if you know about this game, then that means you're probably aware that it's infamous to a certain degree, or you already know everything about it, and you're just here to witness it again. So either if you know very little about it, or know almost everything about it, there's no point in me telling you any more about it right now. So I think it's best if we just go in and experience it knowing as little as possible.
And I definitely know as little about it as possible. I have no experience with this game whatsoever.
So you can enter your name right here for the protagonist, but NieR is the canonical name for the protagonist, and that makes sense. So that's what we're going to go with.
Oh. Wonder if that name's going to be important.
It is, actually, very much so.
At any point in this game will it be important? I wonder. Whenever there's a name that I have no idea where its origins are, it's gotta be unique.
So loading screens in this game are fashioned after diary pages for a character we haven't met yet. Sometimes they're really short, and when they are, I'm going to make sure they stay on the screen a little bit longer so everyone can read them. Now, I don't really know why, but for some reason, anytime there's a cutscene in this game, these letterboxes appear, but they're like not opaque. You can see through them. It's very strange.
It does look rather strange. It kind of looks like it's kind of like a loading screen. Like this, just a tip's just going to come up in the bottom letterbox. It's just going to say, "Hey, if you hold X in the right way, you might just do something special."
Yeah.
Or it's like an item's going to like scroll inwards, and then it's going to give like some backstory about it.
It's like they couldn't decide if they wanted to just have the full screen visible or make a letterbox, so they kind of picked something in between.
It might just be me from the recording, but is the bottom letterbox also wider than the top one?
Yes, it
that
definitely is.
That one's bothering me a lot more.
I think that's just to make room for subtitles.
Oh yeah, perhaps you're right, yeah. So it's 2049.
The year's 2049, yeah, just a little bit into the future.
Oh, it's the summer too, so it must be a really nice weather today.
Well, you can see it snowing, so unfortunately not.
It's looking quite bleak.
Yeah, it is. Something must have gone wrong at some point.
Ah yes, the lead pipe. The mightiest staff.
The only weapon a man can trust in times like these.
It's so true. It's reliable. The only downside is it makes too much noise.
Yeah.
God damn. I don't think he minds. This guy, anyway.
No. He doesn't seem like the stealthy type, I'll tell you that much.
Well, with that black hoodie, I mean...
Yeah.
It depends on the stereotype you associate with black hoodies, I suppose.
What's more, he's very large and uses a big blunt weapon.
He could be stealthy with that.
Sure, if he tried really hard.
I'm not sure. You have to have some training.
But the odds are not in his favor. So right away, we're going to get introduced to combat. There's not a lot to it right now. We can just attack and defend.
Okay.
With square, you get like a little 5-hit combo. It's pretty simple, but it is fairly satisfying. And then with L2, you can block. Certain attacks can't be blocked, but most of like attacks by smaller enemies like these, you can just block freely. There's not really any timing to it. You just do it just like that.
It looks quite responsive.
Yeah.
And those hits definitely feel satisfying just hearing them.
Yeah, the combat in this game, it's not super good, but it does definitely have a certain like satisfaction to it. The way the game slows down a little every time you hit something.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
You alright, Yuna?
Sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. It'll stop in a second. I promise.
This is a big departure in tone from our previous games we've Let's Played, isn't it?
This is definitely different from what we usually do, yeah.
Are they gonna come back for me?
I won't let them hurt you, Yuna. I promise.
But it's still charming. You know, with the other games, it's charming because it's cute, and now it's charming because you get to see the father-daughter relationship.
Yeah, definitely. It's a different sort of charming.
Yeah.
We're still sticking to our roots.
Mm-hmm.
Yuna.
Yeah.
Oh man, she's already caught a cold in the cold.
Do you hear me?
She could use a scarf or something.
She needs some soup. And pronto.
I guess that's why they came to the supermarket to begin with. Try to find something to eat.
It's all already been taken, apart from wherever that box is down in the right there. I didn't get a chance to see what it was.
So next up, we can use the R2 button to dodge. Dodging is really powerful in this game.
Oh, wow.
Whenever you're off the floor, you have invincibility frames, so it's very easy to avoid attacks. So like blocking is mostly useless. Like you can use it if you really want, but dodging most of the time will just be the better option.
So if you dodge, you get free invincibility frames.
Yeah, it's just you're just invincible for like about half of the dodge. I'd say it's really easy to make use of them.
Oh no, scripted hit.
Oh no, it wasn't actually. I just happened to get hit by that attack.
Okay.
But it is, yeah, you only have to get hit once during that encounter to go into a cutscene.
Okay.
Although it does have to be that attack where they slam their weapon on the ground and then a pink circle comes out.
The game is purposely being vague about who these characters are. I think I know there's a character called Yona.
Yes, that's the name of the little girl.
I need to protect.
And this is our player character, so logic dictates that this is NieR.
Yes. Or whatever name you would have given him otherwise.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I meant to say logic dictates that this is Butts.
It's a good thing we didn't give a poll for the choice of name.
Yeah.
Who knows what we could have got. So we have a lead pipe and an all-powerful book.
It's pretty good.
It's a good combination.
Yeah.
I've always liked the choir music going in the background. I always like that sort of atmosphere it gives.
Yeah. So now we've got magic on our side as well. And as you said in the cutscene, we have a lead pipe and an all-powerful book. And indeed, magic is a lot more useful than melee attacks are in this game.
Wow, he's just tearing through them like they're nothing.
Yeah. Dark Hand is the most powerful spell just purely damage-wise that we're gonna get. Mm-hmm. But it is very short-ranged.
I see.
So that's its one weakness. And it also, this will become important later, but just know that it always aims in the direction that you're facing with the camera.
Oh, okay.
And then we have this Dark Blast, much weaker than Dark Hand, but it has a very long range and you can spam it really quickly. And also you can charge it. You can charge any magic attacks just by holding the button a little bit. In the case of Dark Blast, it will sort of start sending out tinier attacks that do a little less damage, but then after a little while of charging, it will send out these homing blasts that do a lot more damage.
And Dark Hand does... Oh, wow. Okay. That is pretty powerful.
Yeah, not only does Dark Hand already do a ridiculous amount of damage, you can charge it up to like fire multiple of them off at the same time.
Complete annihilation.
Yeah.
That's satisfying. Mm-hmm. Also, you gain level ups really quickly.
Yeah. Well, this is a prologue, so in classic like video game sense, you're getting sort of a taste of power right now. They're letting you level up real quick.
Oh, it's narrative level ups. I like it. I like it.
It wouldn't be an RPG without them.
I guess it shows the utter destruction and utter power the book gives him.
Yeah. Although I guess this game is really... It's sort of like, it's an action RPG, obviously, but it has a lot in common with like character action games, like Devil May Cry and Bayonetta and stuff. Mm-hmm. Just the combat is really involved for an action RPG.
Yeah, it does seem much more interesting. Most action RPGs I see kind of just as a simple combat system, but not much going on.
Yeah, very limited on like the interaction scale, at least.
Yeah.
So now we have this magic ability is called Dark Execution, and it's probably one of my more favorite ones. When you fire just one off, you can see it shoots out a line of spikes, and that one, unlike Dark Hand, shoots off in the direction that the protagonist is facing, not the camera.
Sounds like a Shadow the Hedgehog ending as well.
Yeah. And then if you charge it, it'll start shooting up in multiple directions, up to 8. It's very useful just because it hits all the way around you, and you'll be facing a lot of enemies in groups in this game.
Yeah, as you can already see.
Yeah. And it's really cool when it kills an enemy, it like sort of sticks them up on the lances.
It looks really satisfying.
Yeah.
Are you just gonna get all of your spells like instantly?
We are gonna get a couple spells right off the bat, yeah. This last one is called Dark Lance, and it's really useful. It's probably the most like practical out of all the spells, because it has really long range, and while you're charging it, or while you're just using it, I should say, time slows down, so you can use that to aim a little bit. And
Did you also get... Oh, sorry, go on.
And when you're charging it, once you've charged it, and if you let go, you can actually switch the position of the camera while you're firing, so you can actually hit in multiple directions off of one charge.
Huh.
Yep.
It looks like you get a shield of it as well, but I don't know if that's actually a shield or not.
I don't think so. That's just... I think that's just like the book taking effect. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Dark Lance is also, I think, the second most damaging spell, although that may be Dark Execution, I'm not sure. They're really close either way.
They all look really powerful.
Yeah.
Which I think is what they were going for.
Yeah, totally. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, it's big, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's big hands.
So, when you're dealing with dudes like this, what you'll find is that, after I clear all these tiny enemies out of the way first.
Of course.
What you'll find is that when you're fighting bigger enemies, blocking doesn't always work. You can usually tell based on the attack whether or not you can block it. If it looks like it's really going to have an impact, then you're probably not going to have a good time blocking it.
Of course not.
As I think you'll see in a second here. Not that, I just dodged that one. Like the good boy I am.
I'd like to see what it would be like to have a good time blocking something.
There you can see that I did block something, but the timing wasn't that great. So afterwards, with that...
Oh, I see.
That was a good block, but it was an unblockable attack, so I still got hit.
Ouch.
Yeah.
But it still gives you the satisfaction of, if you blocked it, you might have not been hurt, but we're not that lenient on you.
You gotta be careful around bosses for sure. But there you go, that's a perfect block, and then you can counter that with a really heavy damage attack.
Okay.
And also you could see earlier that when I got hit, I got up really suddenly. If you hit R2 and the jump button after you get knocked away, you can immediately recover.
Okay, so this game does reward you for doing a very good timing.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so there is a lot of skill to be learned in this game, and when you do get skillful, it's super satisfying to play combat, I'm guessing.
Absolutely.
Ah, that sounds cool. I like it.
And here's one last new mechanic. Their attack gauges. When an enemy is almost dead, a gauge will show up on a certain part of their body, and you have to defeat the health bar of that gauge before the clock on it runs down. Because if it runs down, it'll regain part of its health.
We can't have that.
You bet. And now we get levels all the way up to 30.
Wow, level 30 is usually halfway through the game at this point, but nope.
Yeah.
We're only just at the prologue.
What is this guy? Come on.
Next video going to be at max level.
Yeah.
Clearly.
We're gonna be level 5,000.
Yona, talk to me.
Dad, are you all right?
Don't worry about me. I'm fine.
That's good. Oh, look, I found this while you were gone.
Okay, what is that in the
That's your
shelves?
Here, we can.
It looks like tin cans.
No,
I see something called Paz.
No.
Oh, really? I can't even see that.
It's the box of it's a red box in the bottom shelf.
Oh, okay.
Who knows what it could be?
No. Come on, Dad. You're bigger than me. You have to eat to survive.
No.
No.
Yona? Yona!
Oh no. I dropped the cookie. I didn't mean to. You've always been the one helping me.
Yona! What have you done?
So I wanted to.
No! Yona! Yona! We need help. We need help! Please, anyone! Help! Help us!
Well, that's a start and a half.
Yeah, that's only the beginning.
Oh god, it gets worse.
I mean, it's a story. It has to escalate.
It's true.
And I mean, look at this barren situation we're in. Things aren't going to get better, that's for sure.
I guess things can only look up from here.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of lead programmer, you'll notice that this game will probably stutter a lot. It does it a little bit during this part of the cutscene. That's not part of the video capture. This game is just not particularly well optimized, so it lags quite a bit if too much is going on the screen at once.
So we can blame Takeshi for the problems here.
Yeah, damn you, Takeshi.
Damn it, Takeshi!
I do think it's kind of amusing that his name comes up right when the frame rate starts stuttering.
Yeah, it's just like an admission of guilt.
Yeah.
So proud. I have a lot of questions, but I'm gonna let myself find out in time.
They will be answered one day.
One day. Gives a lot more depressing nature to these loading screen diary entries here.
Yeah, it sure does. Oh, that's weird.
Wow, big time skip, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I'm off.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love that little headdress thing.
Yeah, it's cute.
Dad? Hey, Dad. You want to hear about the crazy dream I had last night? See, I was in it, and you were in it too, and we were riding around on this huge pink cloud, and then...
Yona, I'm sorry. I have to go. You can tell me when I get back.
Oh, wait. Can you get me a book while you're out?
Sure. Now stay here and rest. We can't have your cough coming back.
It was all just a dream.
Fluffy pink clouds, eh? That sounds like a great dream.
Or fluffy white clouds. That's kind of what snow is.
It might be fluffy and pink depending on the lighting.
Yeah. So you'll see here that one of this game's many quirks is that when you're inside of a residential area, it always shifts to a 2D perspective.
Yeah.
You'll see as we step outside of the house right here.
Ooh.
Whoa, we got a whole new dimension.
Oh, man. I also noticed when you went upstairs and downstairs, it kind of like scrolled downwards, kind of like an old 2D side-scroller.
Yeah.
2D side-scroller, more like Legend of Zelda kind of feel.
So this is NieR's house. It's pretty nice. He's got like a river running underneath it. He's got some chickens.
It's got a lot of bloom effects.
Yeah, that's just the way it is, man. That's the future.
I love the future. Everything's bloom in the future.
The hard year of 3000 and something.
So we're the same characters who were 1,312 years ago.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was a dream. So I guess it was just a dream that took place in the past.
It's a very specific dream to have like a transition that says 1,312 years later. Pretty clever. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's just the way it goes, I guess. So right off the bat, if you talk to some of the villagers in NieR's village, you get some hints as to sort of what world this takes place in.
Okay.
You can tell that even though everything looks a little like medieval era-ish, it still takes place in the future. You've got people talking about all this old world stuff like machines and iron. So that's nice, right away having sort of something to ground yourself in the setting.
Yeah, I actually quite like that idea of going into the future, but you can sort of see all the old world. I Like, it's a little bit nice twist on the whole future thing.
Yeah, I love Dark Age, old world technology sort of stuff. I always think that's a super interesting setting.
Yeah. You go from quite mundane settings, just in plains and old medieval-style townhouses, then you move to, like, a hidden area, which is just filled with dilapidated old buildings. Yeah, I quite like that.
Yeah. So you'll hear right here that as we go into the library, the music dynamically changes. NieR has a really good soundtrack. Like, it's genuinely one of the best game soundtracks of all time. And on top of that, one thing that always makes a soundtrack that much better is when you have music that, like, sort of switches its tone and instrumentation as you go from one place or to another, or the situation changes slightly.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
I really like when they have the same sort of leitmotifs.
Yeah.
And they just switch it up, like you said. Yeah, it's just a sign that they put a lot of effort into making every single area, even in the same sort of, like, hub world, quite unique, and I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And it really adds to the atmosphere of places like this library, which is quite, very vast, filled with books from, like, ceiling to floor. Mm-hmm. And you get these, like, sort of like those high-pitched bell-like sounds. I can't really hear the music very well at the moment, but...
Yeah, it really makes it sound like the Hall of Wisdom that it is.
Mm-hmm. No, she's got a cough.
Yep. And NieR, even though he may be a big, strong man, he's not very smart, so he doesn't really know what to do about it.
He's helpless against the plague that is the cough.
Yeah, strong man. I mean, if you think about, like, if you see what kind of world this takes place in, like, even something as simple as, like, a cold or the flu could like do someone in.
It could do.
Yeah.
And there's no lozenges to help your throat. Such a sad place.
Deep suffering.
So does everybody have unique names, or...?
Yeah. Well, no, all the important characters have unique names. Popola's one of them. She's sort of like the village chief, I guess. Not really the mayor, but just the smartest person in the village, so the de facto leader, I guess.
Mm-hmm. She's like the sage.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. I always liked games which make a lot of effort into just doing the little things, such as making all the minor characters have names.
Yeah.
It adds a little more personality to them, so they're a bit more memorable than just being like a random town person.
Yeah, this game doesn't do quite that, unfortunately, but it does put a lot of effort into making sure all the characters get the characterization they deserve.
That's all I can really ask for.
Yeah.
Thanks, Popola, for everything.
Huh?
You know, all the work you give me. You've been telling the villagers that I'm for hire, haven't you?
Oh, that? It's nothing. They need help, and you need money to take care of Yona. This way everyone wins.
I suppose so.
Oh.
NieR has such a dulcet voice.
Yeah, he does. It's a nice voice to listen to for sure.
It's so relaxing.
Mm-hmm. Alright, we have to go get some mutton from the Northern Plains, so let's do that. Hey, wait a minute.
Ooh.
Hey.
Yona. Not the ribbon.
Oh no. What if it gets dirty?
Exactly.
It does actually really upset me a little that Yona doesn't have slippers or anything, just footwear in general.
She's not barefoot, is she?
I think she is. I'm not sure.
I can't really tell. It doesn't look like it, though.
Alright, well, I'd like to believe that she's wearing something.
It's not like she'd hurt her feet very much in the outside plains. Maybe there might be a few pebbles and rocks which could hurt, but...
Yeah.
Seem to be mostly grass.
But still, if you're sick, you shouldn't be going around barefoot.
This is still very true.
Yeah.
You don't want to get an infection.
So yeah, good old NieR. He's trying his best, but he might be smothering his daughter a little bit.
It's adorable.
Although I guess when someone's sick, it's better to push on them a little too much than to let it loose. You never know what might happen otherwise.
Our world is dying. Once thriving populations now lie decimated by plague and disease. The end has never felt so close. And if that wasn't enough, monsters called Shades now roam the land, threatening our very lives.
Oh, I assume those shades are the,
No consequence to me.
I assume, but I'm not sure. That they're the enemies we fought in the prologue.
Yes, those are the Shades.
I try my best, but I'm only one man. I'm hard like that. So the kindness of the villagers has meant much. But nothing will stop me. I will fight for Yona until the end. Until the very end.